Good Sunday morning. I know I'm a day late, but we had a pretty bad week. I do think he's got enough toys. Yeah, yeah. I do think he's got enough toys. He just, and they're everywhere. Everywhere. Anyway, they're everywhere. Their bones everywhere. The joys of having a German Shepherd is they shed. And that bag of trash right there is all hair. All hair. That's just from this week. Ow, ow. And no, I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball, baby. I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball. Go lay down. So this has been a rough week for me. The two of them are just at it. Come on now, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We don't need all this. So, just so you know, my pickup truck is acting up. So I took it to one shop and they quoted me a cost of $1,400 just to do a tune-up, which basically it's replace the spark plugs and the ignition coils on it. And I'm gonna go back here because I want a cigarette. And I'm sorry, we're losing focus. I don't know why, but anyway. So, what's happening is my number 3 cylinder. Hi. My number 3 cylinder on my 5-liter engine is misfiring off and on. It's not doing it all the time. It's just deciding that it's going to do it every now and then, right? So the one shop quoted me $1,400 to do a basic tune-up. And I'm like, that's way too much. That's way too much. So on top of that, my AC on my truck, when I have the AC on, the AC condenser is starting to go. So what it's causing is it's putting more draw on the alternator, which is causing it not to charge the battery, which is why my battery went bad to begin with. Okay, so for the AC system, they quoted me a price of $2,300. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but that's $3,700. For $3,700, I go buy another vehicle. I'm sorry, okay? If I had $3,700 just to throw down just to do something on my pickup, I would just go put that on another vehicle. I'd just go buy a used vehicle outright. I mean, come on. So, I went and I talked to some of the mechanics where I work at the diesel shop. And I explained to them what was going on. And one of the mechanics there said, well, if you get all the parts, we'll put it in for you for, we'll do the AC system for about $250, but make sure you get the condenser kit with it, because when you put in the new compressor, you got to put in a condenser with it. I says, okay. And for the tune-up, we'll do the tune-up for you for about $300, as long as you bring us, the ignition coils and the plugs and everything, for about $300, which that's a lot more reasonable to me than $1,400, right? And I got to looking online at some of the AC compressors, and they quoted me $2,300. I want you to remember now, they quoted me $2,300. And the AC compressor kit that I looked at was about $200. And I'm like, why $2,300? I understand it's a little bit of work to replace a condenser and to get to the compressor, but I don't understand why it would be $2,300, right? So we're going to get all the parts and everything, and I guess one Friday evening after work, he's going to do the work for me. So it'll take a couple hours for him to do the tune-up, and probably all day on a Saturday for him to do the AC compressor. So it's one of those things where after the week I've had, it's just one of those things where you go, how long has this shop been charging me 3 times the cost of doing the work? Because at this point, that's what I'm thinking, right? Now, don't get me wrong, they do good work, okay? I'm not saying the work is not great. What I'm saying is it just seems to me like the price is just ridiculous. But considering the economy, with everything going up the way it's going, I need to get this done. And it just so it's just been one of those weeks, folks, where you just go, I guess I have no savings, because I've already put quite a bit of money into this pickup truck this month, and now we're looking at putting in another $1,000 to $2,000 into the truck. And I still got to, next month, I already know this, next month I still got to do the brakes on the truck. So they're due, right? I got 40% on the front and 30% on the rear. So they are due to be, the pads and rotors and stuff, and the calipers are due to be replaced, right? So I'm still looking at doing that next month. So it's just an ongoing thing, right? So this is what happens. You just get hit slam with cost of stuff. Hey, baby. And you just feel overwhelmed, right? Because I'm not rich by any means. I'm actually lower middle class. I mean, very lower middle class. I make, as a truck driver, on average, I make between $45,000 to $60,000 a year, just depending on how much overtime I can get in. Okay, and that's nothing to sneeze at. But when you look at, okay, I still have a house payment, right? I've actually got 2 house payments because I had to take out an equity loan for the foundation to have the foundation fixed on my house. And so I'm paying on that. plus the mortgage payment, right? And of course, just like everybody else, my insurance this year has almost tripled. I mean, it just. So, been one of those weeks where you just get to the point where you're like, right. Now, that being said, you don't let it stop you from going forward. Okay? Uh, it's just amazing to me how some people have one situation happen and it just absolutely devastates them. For me, yes, I feel a little bit overwhelmed. But at the same token, I'm going, okay, keep stepping forward, right? You don't stop. You don't stop. Because the minute you stop is when everything goes to crap. And then you don't get nothing done, right? So you just keep moving forward. So this is this was a hit to the wallet. It really was. Okay, and I'm looking at probably the next 2 weeks. I wanted to go up to my cabin. I got a bunch of stuff I want to do at my cabin, and they are at it already. Oh, this is a daily thing. Hey, out. Thank you. Out. And you're not helping it. You're instigating shit, Mr. Duke. So, yeah, this is something I deal with every day, all day long. I have to separate them when they start getting too rowdy. But no matter what happens, you don't let it stop you from going forward, right? So, yes, I haven't been up to my cabin in a month. Yes, I have stuff I want to take up there. I have stuff I want to do. Yes, I wanted to go this weekend. I wanted to go last weekend, but it was the 4th of July, and I was like, I'm not on the roads on the 4th of July. There's too many crazy people, too many drunk people. I'm not going to do that. And I was still having problems with the pickup truck. So until I get the pickup truck right, all travel to West Virginia is put on hold. Now, I don't like that because I got things I want to do up there, and I got things I want to complete up there. But that's reality, right? You don't sit there and just blow everything off and then go spend your money on something when you need it for other things, right? Which is more important. And I cut my hair, which it wants to stick up now. But the reason why I had to cut my hair here is because it kept blowing into my eyes when I was driving. So, yeah, I got a mullet. But you do things to help you do what you got to do. So for me, it is more important that I be able to get back and forth to work and do the things I need to do here at the house whereas my cabin up there in West Virginia is an extracurricular activity. So, unfortunately, it's on hold um, until I get the pickup truck right. Because I'm not going to chance driving 400 miles into the mountains with the chance that I'll break down up there, because when I get up there to my cabin, there's no internet, there's no cell phone. Okay? Just so you know, about 5 miles before I get to where my cabin is, all cell phone and internet is cut off. All of it. So there's no cell phone, there's no internet up there. Right? Uh, So I can't take the chance that I'm within that 5 mile radius of my cabin and breaking down. I mean, I just, I can't do that, right? I've got to have a way to be able to get there and get back. You know, a blown tire, I can fix that, right? Uh, but a blown engine, I cannot fix that on the side of the road. And yeah, so that's one of those things where you go, yeah, good spot to be for a shift situation, bad spot to be on a normal day to day. Okay, but you gotta weigh those, right? You gotta weigh those. So for me, it is much better to have it where it's at, but I can't get there. Now, I could probably rent something, but considering the fact that most rentals, they don't even check the oil on them, no. I'm not gonna go that far out without having a way to get back home. That's just not happening. Um, but on top of everything else, you know, we've got all this craziness going on in the news. And so it's just been one of those weeks where you just want to bang your head against the wall, because it just is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, you don't stop. You keep going forward, because tomorrow everything could be fixed. Something simple, right? So you just don't let it stop you. So one of the things that I do, here's a tip. One of the things I do, instead of buying the gallon jug of bleach, which I saw the prices and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous, right? So a gallon jug of bleach right now, the cheap brand is $5.50 to $7.50, right? For bleach, for a gallon jug of bleach. I can buy the bleach tablets, 32 tablets in a little canister, right? And 3 of those tablets in the bleach bottle, and make my own bleach for $7.49. So, yeah, there's a tip for you. Instead of buying the actually concentrated bleach, get bleach tablets. Make your own bleach. Now, the good thing about bleach tablets is that they can also be used for water purification. They can be used in your pool, right, to help with the mildew in your pool. You know, various things. So that's a tip this week for you, is if you are trying to do things with like bleach and you're looking at the prices and you're trying to save a little bit of money, which all of us right now are trying to save a little bit of money, right? Look at getting bleach tablets. Now, will it be as concentrated as the bleach you buy at the store? Obviously not. But it's enough that it'll do what it needs to do, right? Obviously, you know, Clorox, concentrated Clorox is very, a lot of bleach, right? It's very strong. But you can do the same thing with a little bit less bleach. Now, another thing you can do is if you do have the bleach bottles, you can dilute that bleach because it is concentrated, right? So you can dilute that bleach and it still be good enough to clean things with. So, of course, whatever bleach you buy, you want to read the directions, right? Read the directions. How many people do you know that they buy something and they go to put it together and they're not even looking at the directions? Guys, I'm pointing at you because I know you do it, because I've seen it. So, read the damn directions. That's why they're there. Okay? They're not there because you're stupid. They're there to make it easier for you to do what you're doing. Whether it be putting together a weed eater, a lawnmower, whatever, a bookshelf. They're there to make it easier for you to put it together. Right? Obviously, if they sent you the directions, obviously there's a reason why they sent you the directions. It's because that little pin that you don't know what it goes to has got a specific spot that it's supposed to go. So read the directions. It makes it a lot easier. I mean, some of you who are very mechanically inclined tend to not read the directions. And sometimes you end up and you're like, well, why ain't that working? It should be working. And then you go and you look at the directions and you figure out, oh, I forgot this or I forgot that. So, even if you know what you're doing, it's good to at least peruse the directions, right? I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody at work putting together bookshelves, and they take the directions and they throw them in the box, and then they go and they start to put the bookshelf together, and they got the shelving unit is all lopsided because they didn't read the directions, and they're using the shelf stabilizers as a freaking side. And we're talking big shelves. We're not talking little teeny little bookshelves that you got at the house. We're talking the big metal shelves in the freaking warehouse, right? That's supposed to hold 5,000 to 10,000 pounds per shelf, right? So, read the directions. And they back at it again. They're back at it again. Hey. Quit biting them in the butt. Now, he told you. He told you. He did tell you. Oh, man, did you bite him in the lip? Because he bit your ass. By the way, they do this all day, and there's no blood or anything. They're just playing, right? It just looks, for those who don't know, it just looks bad. That's all. See, because I can put my whole arm in his mouth and he won't bite down. So I mean, he just looks rough. That's all. All right, that's all I've got for you today. I'm sorry this is late, but like I said, it's just been one of those weeks. Just been one of those weeks um, where everything just seems to have gone wrong this week. Uh, and it's just ridiculous. Bicycle.